Hello, boys and girls. Welcome once again to Storytime with GrannMaPat. I'm happy to be back. I've been away for a couple of weeks now. And tonight, or today, our story is going to be On the Night You Were Born. And it was written by Nancy Tillman. And this is what our book looks like. All right. On the night you were born, the moon smiled with such wonder that the stars peeked in to see you, and the night wind whispered, "Life will never be the same," because there had never been anyone like you ever in the world. And here's the baby on the night she was born, or he was born. And she's looking out at the sky, and the moon is looking back, and the stars are shining. So enchanted with you were the wind and the rain that they whispered the sound of your wonderful name. The sound of your name is a magical one. Let's say it out loud before we go on. My name is Patricia. Say your name. Patricia. Say your name. And here we are. The wind is blowing. The moon is out. And I see a little frog hopping about. It sailed through the farmland high on the breeze. Who in the world is exactly like you? Who? And here we are at night, and the moon is shining down, and looks like there's a scarecrow with his head down. Over the ocean, we can see a dolphin in the ocean. He jumped up in the air when you were born. And there's the moon looking down, giving light. And through the trees, the wind is blowing through the trees. Everything's happy, and the moon again is looking down on the trees, and the stars are shining bright. Until everyone heard it and everyone knew of the one and only you. You were really important that night. And here's a mama duck and her baby ducklings. And the moon is looking down at them. They were happy too. Not once had there been such eyes. Touch your eyes. Such a nose. Touch your nose. Such silly, wiggly, wonderful toes. Wiggle your toes, boys and girls. Wiggle your toes. In fact, I think I'll count to 3 so you can wiggle your toes just for me. See the baby wiggling her toes? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Wiggle your toes. All right. When the polar bears heard, they danced until dawn. And here they are. They're dancing and having so much fun on the night you were born. And the moon is looking down and watching them. From faraway places, the geese flew home. And here the beautiful geese flying home on the night you were born, and they're seen by the light of the moon. The moon stayed up until morning the next day. If you look out sometimes in the daylight, early morning light, you'll still be able to see the moon, although the moon shines at night. Every once in a while you can see it shining in the daytime. But on the night you were born, the moon stayed up all night long. and none of the ladybugs flew away. They're sitting on top of the lily pads and the flowers in the water. So whenever you doubt just how special you are, and you wonder who loves you, how much and how far, listen for geese honking high in the sky. They're singing a song to remember you by. You know what sound the geese make? They make the sound honk, honk, honk. Let me hear you make that sound. Ready? Honk, honk, honk. Those are the geese honking at you. Or notice the bears asleep at the zoo. It's because they've been dancing all night for you. Or drift off to sleep to the sound of the wind. Listen closely. It's whispering your name again. My name is Patricia. Say your name. Patricia. Say your name again. Patricia. And hear the birds flying high in the sky. If the moon stays up until morning one day, or a ladybug lands and decides to stay, or a little bird sits at your windowsill a while, it's because they're all hoping to see you smile. Let me see you smile, boys and girls. Let's give us a big smile. Smiles make us happy, so I want you to smile. And here's the bear. He stayed up all night dancing for you on the night you were born. For never before in story or rhyme, not even once upon a time, has the world ever known a you, my friend, and it never will, not ever again. And again, hear the beautiful birds flying in the sky, and the moon is shining down on them. Heaven blew every trumpet and played every horn on the wonderful, marvelous night you were born. And here are all the animals at the zoo. They're looking up at the moon and they're smiling and happy because of you. Wasn't that a wonderful story, boys and girls? And that was just to let you know how very, very special you are to all of your family and your friends. And thank you again with Storytime with GrannMaPat, and I'd like to see you maybe tomorrow night. All right? Good night, boys and girls, or good day, boys and girls.